guys, and welcome back to my channel, Old School Gunner. How are you all getting on, guys? I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a very good time. I'm just going to talk briefly about Arsenal's midfield dilemma, guys. What's been going on? Let me just turn on the comments here, guys, so I don't miss a trick. Of course, our most recent game, guys, we got that 2-2 draw against Rangers. I'm going to talk about that in a little while. Of course, it's been a kind of mixed bag in the friendlies so far. Our next one, as far as I know, is going to be in the United States in the Florida Cup against Inter Milan. And after that, of course, guys, as you know, the Premier League starts. So we are away to Brentford, we are home to Chelsea, and away to City. 3 difficult games, guys, to be honest. Let's have a look at that now, see what's going on, and get straight into it. Okay, guys. So basically, this is like a daily show I'm doing. It's a show that's going to get you up to date. I want to get you guys who's really on a few things. Sorry about the plugs here, I just think it's a little bit noisy. Hello, the assembled. How are you? Nice to meet you again. So this is my own channel. This is Old School Gunner. I do fan cams also. I get fans on the show, but this is my own thing. I'm going to talk a little bit about Nuno Tavares and then see how far that goes. So that's it, guys. So welcome along to my show, guys. This is Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with the transfers. Like I said, I just want to get your guys' views on a couple of things. Hello, the assembled. Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoyed my my live stream, my collab with Arsenal Alex. I'm going to talk first about the game against Rangers, guys, Glasgow Rangers. Really, it was a 2 draw, but again, problems with strikers. Aubameyang made a lot of chances. Absolutely dreadful. He missed 3 easy chances. It was a little bit worrying to see that. What do you guys think about that? It is pre-season. I'm not going to go too hard, but he needs to start doing a business for us, Aubameyang. It was shocking, awful. He should bury 3 goals. Another thing I want to talk about is defending. It was absolutely shocking game. After 2 games we played, 3 goals conceded. 3 goals conceded from set pieces. 4 avoidable goals, guys. 3 conceded from set pieces, but all 4 goals were avoidable. And we definitely have to tighten up the defence, guys. We know that Ben White is coming in, Nuno Tavares is coming in, but it's not just him, guys. It's not just a matter of the defender coming in, guys. It's a matter of the organisation. We have to ask ourselves, are we ready for the new season, guys? You see already how we're missing David Luiz. People were critical of him. I liked him. He was a good defender. We look at shambles at the back, guys, at set pieces. At set pieces, there's no organisation. Nobody telling people where to go. What is going on with the coaching staff, the defensive coach, Mikel Arteta? I honestly don't know. It happens too often, and it has to be sorted out ahead of the new season, guys. Our 2nd and 3rd games are against Chelsea and Man City, respectively. They're going to have a field day. Yeah. News just in, guys. It looks like Inter Milan and Giuseppe Maratta. The Inter Milan president, Giuseppe Maratta, has confirmed that they are interested. Inter Milan are interested in signing Arsenal right back Hector Bellerin. So there you go. It looks like being 15 million plus, guys. Maybe they want to do a loan with an option to buy. We have to see how that works out. Comment again from the assembled. It appears that Hector Bellerin is on his way out, guys. Inter Milan are interested in him. 15 million. A comment here from the assembled. I'm just going to talk about that, guys. He says, season, in my opinion, is a preview of what is coming in the season ahead. The team seems more confused than ever. I'd have to agree with that, the assembled. I'd agree with that 110%. We conceded 4 goals, like I said, in the 2 friendlies in Scotland. The loss against Hibernian 2-1, sorry guys, and the draw against Rangers. So we conceded 4 goals, guys. 3 of those from set pieces, and like I said, all 4 were avoidable. I'm not exaggerating to say that. There were avoidable goals that were conceded. It is a preview of what's coming in. The defence looks completely at 6s and 7s in there. No organisation, nobody talking to anyone. Definitely a lack of discipline, I would say, in following players. If it wasn't for Nuno Tavares, and he's only a new signing, guys, if it wasn't for him against Rangers, we would have easily lost 3-2, 4-2. The chance they got, it was parried, and he managed to get the clearing header away just before they stuck in the rebound. He saved us, guys, and he scored a goal. But I agree with you, the Assemble, 110%. It is a preview of what's going to be coming in the season ahead. We are, in respects to them, only playing 2 Scottish Premier League sides, and in complete respect to them, like Rangers are champions. They have a good team themselves. But Celtic will always be number 1, guys. I'm Irish. Celtic will always be number 1. But look, yeah, let's just move on there. That was the comment from the assembled. Okay, guys. Right, let's get back into things. Yeah. The signing of Ben White, guys, absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. I'm delighted. He's going to be a very, very good player for Arsenal, guys. Without a doubt, absolutely fantastic signing. But what about the star midfield player in these guys? We're looking to get rid of Granit Xhaka. If there's a God in heaven, he'll leave the club. Nothing player. Thomas Partey, he's not what we're looking for, guys, in my opinion. So yeah, that's more, guys. Do you think that? Yeah, we need a star midfielder, and I'm still waiting for that signing. Have the defenders. We've got 2 good guys. You have Tierney. If we can ship off Bellerin, this will be much, much better in the season, guys. But it's the midfield, guys. It's the new star midfielder we need. It still hasn't been addressed, and I mean to say it's concerning, guys. I'm delighted with the Ben White signing. 50 million is a lot of money, guys. But are we doing too much of our budget on the defence and not concentrating on the one area that needs to be dealt with? That is the central midfield area, guys. What do you think about that? We've been linked with James Maddison. I don't know. We're meant to be pursuing the player, but to be honest, I don't know. Are they going to make their towards the transfer window? What are the actual club thinking about? How do you see it, guys? What's come out that they're not really pursuing him? We need to reflect on that. And we're not currently pursuing Owa. I mean, we need a midfielder, and we're kind of going cold on both those kind of transfers. They should have had the transfer list. They should have everything organised way before this, guys, way before this window, way before the season ended. They should have known what they wanted, guys, and known the players that they wanted. It's as simple as that. For that not to be the case, you have to point the finger at Teta and Edu and the board. I say it and I'm blue in the face, guys, but we should have had this transfer list organised way, way before that. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Thank you to the assembled for your comments. I appreciate it. Any guys to answer, obviously, say no more. Yeah, Hossam Owa, no real movements, and he's not that expensive, guys. Not doing anything about that. Of course, there was the slim possibility of Martin Odegaard coming back to the club because Real Madrid have a serious financial problem at the moment, guys. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. Real Madrid, their president, Florentino Perez, he has said that they need to offload half of their wage bill, guys, because it's so bad for the club at the moment. Maybe they want to give us Odegaard. Maybe we can do a deal on him, get him back. He's a player I was impressed with, guys. I think he did well for the club. He's a young guy, but he's willing and able, guys. He put in a shift for the club, no doubt about it. I'm just going to talk again. The assembled has made another comment, guys. I'm just going to talk about just that. Let me put it on the screen for you guys. Okay. The assemble says, let me just put it there. It's gone off again. There doesn't seem to be any fluidity in the team structure, i.e., defense to midfield, midfield to attack. Our attackers are good defenders, and our defenders are good attackers, so the midfield is bypassed. That's an interesting way of looking at things, to be honest. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I won't say anything against that. There definitely is a lack of fluidity to the team. No doubt about that. There definitely is a lack of fluidity. We do miss that link in the midfield. There's no doubt about that. And the team has got steadily worse down through the years. Again, we're having problems. Again, it's the same old story. And the midfield has not been addressed, and it should be. I'm a big fan of Jack Grealish, guys. I also like Forsberg. The Swedish attacking midfielder. But we also need a holding guy in there. Yeah, look, Thomas Partey, we thought he was the answer to our dreams. Obviously, Granit Xhaka, a nightmare player. I couldn't think of one good thing to say about the likes of Granit Xhaka, not a player. Now, we need to change things around a little bit. Definitely, we've been struggling in the midfield. I mean, why they don't actually, let me just adjust this, guys, why they don't actually sort out what's actually going on in the midfield with the signing of Xhaka. Hopefully, Roma will take him. Like I said, they should have had this done a long time ago, guys. Before the season ended, before last season ended, they should have had a list. They should have already known what players they wanted. 4 players, every position, and see if we can get one in each line. Yeah, like goalkeeper, defense, midfield, and attack. But at least 4 options. That we have options. If we don't get one guy, we have a chance of another. But put out the feelers, see what's going on, and see if we can make a few moves in the market. It all seems to be very late in the day, guys. They seem to be like putting things on kind of like the back burner. You know what I mean? Not being upfront about things. So there you have it, guys. Let me just continue there a little bit. Yeah. Odegaard, you think Real Madrid are going to sacrifice him to deal with their financial problems? I would like to see Odegaard come back. I was very happy. Supposedly, Mikel Arteta, the player, I want to see him at the club. I'm a player too. It's the only thing I would agree on with Mikel Arteta whole life, and I find I have to agree on that. Just go to the other comment from the assembled. The good thing about the whole situation is if Arsenal don't know what they are doing, how will the opposition? I like your candid sense of humour. Yeah, that's a fair point. If Arsenal don't know what they're doing, the opposition will have no idea to our game plan. But we're still going to get hammered. But yeah, I like your sense of humour. And a person after my heart. Yeah, it's listen, I still think about Mark Odegaard. I still think if we had a chance to take him back, probably what Real Madrid, Fiona Perez said, need to cut their wage bill in half, guys. Real Madrid cut their wage bill in half. If it's at all possible we could get Odegaard back, I would jump at the chance. I'd bite the hand off them because he's a very, very good player, guys. He impressed me. He's good technically. Okay, he needs to develop a bit, but he's a top-class player, guys. I have a lot of time for him. He's the complete opposite of Granit Xhaka. Okay, guys. Move on. Yeah, we need a creative midfielder, guys. The defensive midfield area. We have the creative midfield, the defensive midfield. Xhaka, of course, is most certainly going to Roma. Locatelli, we put in a bid for Locatelli. We put the money on the table for him. It was encouraging, but now at the moment, it looks to have stalled. Locatelli, as we know, he wants to go to Juventus, guys. But Arsenal put the money on the table. I just don't want to pay the amount of money Arsenal are willing to pay, but the player himself wants to go to Juventus. That's going to be tricky for us, guys. Locatelli, we know, he's one of the targets, but like I said, he's more interested in staying at an Italian club and going to the Juventus Giants. So, yeah. That's unfortunate for us, guys, because we need a creative midfielder and a defensive mid. He is the one player that could have come in and replaced Xhaka. It's gone really quiet on Basuma, guys. As if you saw, like about a week ago, I did a collab with John by Dre, and he was talking about Basuma. No, it's gone very quiet with Basuma. I'm going to take that opportunity, guys. I'm going to I'm going to adjust the assembled comment, guys. Assemble this comment once more. I would just like to actually say about the YouTubers, guys. There's 2 YouTubers I've been collaborating with, and I'd like to give the big ups. First guy, man, the one and only, John by Dre. And follow his channel, guys, John by Dre. His Instagram, John by Dre. He does a regular podcast, guys, the possession-based podcast with a friend of his. I have guested on it twice. You should definitely check that out, guys. Subscribe to his channel, like his channel, check out his Instagram. Once more, guys, John by Dre is the name. Second guy I'd like to talk about, a guy that I just collaborated with this morning, and Arsenal Alex. Check out his channel, guys. He has over 1,000 subscribers. He's well underway, guys. He's a very good channel. I show it a lot, see what he's talking about, see what's going on. And it's very, very interesting the way he does things. And to be honest, if I'm honest, I'd say I've learned a bit from him. But he's a good YouTuber. I have respect for him. It was an honor to be on his show earlier. I really enjoyed it. Check out his channel, guys. Arsenal Alex. Do yourselves a favor. You could be doing worse on a Monday, guys. Okay, let's get back into it, guys. Let's dive back in. Send us another comment. I'm just going to put it up on the screen, guys, and we can talk about it. I find Arteta to be obstinate in his thought process. This is a hindrance to the club. I'd have to agree with you there. I like your directness. That's the way I do things as well. I talk straight, shoot from the lip. He is obstinate in his thought process. He is stubborn. He does not take on the views of others. He might not listen to the fans. He thinks he knows better than everyone. To be honest, he's not a qualified manager. He's not qualified to manage any team in world football. He's a yes man. That's why the club have him in there. Like Edu, another yes man. Yeah, you know what I mean? The club say, Arteta asks why, and Edu not following them, guys. So that's basically it. I, of course, 100% make it out. No, it's him personally, guys. But look, he's not got the necessary skills to take the club forward. I need a manager that can do that. One team a season can be Premier League champions, guys. Only one team. We are further away from that now than we have ever been. I'm not expecting us to win the league every season, but I expect a bit of improvement, and there has been absolutely zero. Pepe, he needs to start doing the business, but the main problem lies with Mikel Arteta himself. He's not a good manager, guys. Like you saw recently, the Patrick Vieira, he has become the manager of Crystal Palace, and already they are fired up. He is talking nothing but positive in the press, forward thinking, positive strategies, tactics, formations, what players are going to feature, what not. Arteta is like a mouse. He's like a ghost. You never hear anything from him except after the game. Whereas Arteta, whereas Patrick Vieira is coming out, talking this, talking that. He is an Arsenal legend, guys. Why we didn't try to get him as manager when he was looking to come and manage in England? And Crystal Palace are a London club. We're in London. He is a legend at the club. At least give him a chance like Chelsea did with Frank Lampard. If it doesn't work out, make the switch. But that man is an Arsenal legend. He deserves a chance more than Arteta. He's a better manager than him. He was over at New York City FC doing a business, learning the trade for a couple of years, guys. He didn't just appear out of nowhere. That's how I feel about things. Definitely we should have given Patrick Vieira an opportunity. Kick Arteta to the curb, guys. I don't know what you think about it. Thanks for your comments, The Assembled. I really appreciate you tuning in and commenting. Thank you very much. I'm growing my channel. It's a budding channel. Taking it step by step for the old school gunner. If you like the march, let me know. Might be able to hook you up, guys. You know what I mean? So I think it looks good anyway, you know what I mean? And so does my wife. That's all that matters. Let's get back into it, guys. Need a defensive mid. I'm going to need attacking, guys. A little bit worried about it. On the one hand, that party, Shaq is on the way out, but on the other hand, guys, at least they put the money on the table for Locatelli. We've strengthened the defence now, guys. We have to look at the midfield and the attack. I'm happy with our goalkeeper. I'm happy with Portnano, but we need a defensive and an attacking midfielder. And we need to get both positions filled before the start of the season. Yeah, why aren't we getting Basuma and Madison and a good right back? be necessary if Bellingham moves on. It will be an issue. But the other two positions are even more important. Central mid, defensive mid. If Bellingham left, we have Celtic and Chambers. We have Maitland-Niles. I would play Maitland-Niles. But the centre and the defensive mid, they need to be sorted out. We're very weak. We don't have anyone for those positions, guys. Defensive mid, central mid, attacking mid. We definitely need to fill out those positions. It's going to be worrying. Let's see. Yeah. Dissembled. Just going to talk about his next comment, guys. This is an interesting one. He's talking about Mikel Arteta here, guys. He says his downfall is every player he has a problem with has gone on loan and done well. Coincidence? I think not. So basically what Dissembled is saying that he thinks it's not a coincidence that every player that Arteta has a problem with has gone out on loan and has done better at Arsenal, has done well. I'd have to agree with you, it's not coincidence. Why did we let Guendouzi go? A little bit of mental, a little bit of an issue in training, but there's nothing wrong with that, guys. You need a bit of an edge. You need a bit of an edge. Petit had an edge. Vieira had an edge. Overmars had an edge. Anelka had an edge. The biggest edge of all. But you need that, guys, in the game. You need to be, there's a thin line between madness and genius, guys. Between insanity and genius. To quote that now, guys, very corny, I know. There's a thin line between those two things, guys. Yeah, that's a fair point, I think. Arteta clearly does not know what he's doing, I think. What about Saliba? Okay, all the bad headlines about him a few months ago, but that's nothing to do with football, guys. You know what I mean? What he be doing in the change room with a lot of French guys half naked, that's his own business, guys. None of my concern what he be doing. But I mean to say, what about him? Why didn't we get him back and keep him on? Now he's at Marseille, guys. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense at all. Thank you for your comments, December. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel if you have the time. If you want, of course, if you find it interesting. If you don't, just keep watching and enjoying. It's all about the Arsenal, guys. It's not about me. Simple as. Right, let's get back into this. Ballon will be the next one. Yeah, it's looking that way, and that's not a good thing because he's a player I rate. I also rate Nketiah. I like Martinelli. Of course, Smith Rowe and Saka kept us afloat last season. They were the guys that did the business for us. He's obviously not going to go near those players because they'd be World War III. Probably not going to be the next one, fortunately. But really, we need a central mid and an attacking mid, guys. We have to defend in place. It's going to shore up a few of the problems with those two quality signings we have. But the central mid and the attacking mid is a massive problem for the team. If we build them stronger, we do have Aubameyang up front. And I was saying earlier when I was talking to Arsenal Alex on his channel earlier this morning that we need to get an attacker. But at least if we strengthen the midfield for the meantime and got those two positions sorted, and I mean properly sorted, we do have Aubameyang up front. And Martinelli, I have great faith in Martinelli. Why Arteta doesn't play more and he plays that clown Willian? I know they're different positions, but I'm just saying he picks one player for a position and picks another for that. That doesn't make any sense to me. But there you have it, guys. Thanks again, the assembled. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Let's get back into it, guys. Fasuma, Neves. Yeah, I think Neves over Fasuma probably will pass him. Danny Ings, what about him? Why don't we look to him? He is available. Maybe. I mean, if we moved on one of the Lacazette, I thought he was going to move on Aubameyang. He's on huge wages. If we move Lacazette, it's going to get better, you know? For example, Eddie Nketiah. Saliba and Martinelli, what about the two of them? Martinelli has been doing well. Saliba and Martinelli, they needed time to develop. Martinelli has been doing very good for Brazil in the run-up to the Olympics, guys. He's been developing. He's ready to fit into the team. Yeah, sometimes you have to throw a player right in there, guys. And Martinelli is banging form. He's been firing for Brazil. They're at the Olympics, guys. Man, sometimes you need to fire a player back in, take a chance. Martinelli's on form. Yeah, guys. Some of the players for us, like Pepe, he had little moments. He had moments, guys. Neither player could fire on form completely. And Pepe has not been doing that. Aubameyang has not been doing that. Lacazette is a complete non-runner. Like, we could move him on and take in Danny Ings. I mean, you know what I mean? If anyone's going to move on, it would be Lacazette. It, of course, would not be Martinelli. And it would, of course, not be Aubameyang. With the potential of Martinelli, guys. He assembled his comment again, guys. Let's have a little look at this. And I find it that defense counter-reacts the attack and the other way around. Yeah, you find out that the defense counteracts the attack and the other way around. It does and it doesn't, I suppose, but definitely the chips around when we're in the really tight games like Europa League semi-final against Villarreal, against Manchester City and Chelsea now. Soon we'll be facing those teams again in the Premier League. Chelsea, of course, is our second game, guys. We're home to Chelsea and we're away to Manchester City in our third game. Definitely two tough games, guys. You'll probably see a bit of that happening, what you're describing there in that game. It's a tough game. And they do kind of push against each other. They pull away from each other, the two groups. We're not a unit as such. I will agree with that. We definitely are lacking also a serious threat up front. But like I said, if we can sort out the centre mid and attacking mid problem, like defensive mid, centre mid, attacking mid, if we can sort out those two positions, guys, that would make things easier for Martinelli and Aubameyang in front. My two first choice forwards. It would also help Pepe. But I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, I appreciate the comment. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm going to get back into it, guys. Tavares, Longa, White, Ramsdale. If that is all the guys, because Ramsdale is the keeper, guys, if that was all we get in the transfer, it would be very disappointed. Ramsdale, sometimes I think they're having a laugh. What is that all about? I mean, come on, guys. If Ben White takes the number 4 off Saliba, what do you think that means, guys, for Saliba? What would he think about it? He's only on loan. I think he's coming back with William Saliba. So if Ben does take the number 4 jersey off him, 3 loan moves, guys, it's obviously a 10 doesn't rate him. I honestly don't think he's going to come back. If he has a good season after the loan season at Marseille, guys, he's going to want to move. He's not going to come back to the likes of Mikel Arteta. I wouldn't either. The only thing I think is if it goes wrong for us at Arsenal, the only way, guys, I can see William Saliba coming back to Arsenal if things go really bad for us this season and Mikel Arteta loses his job. Then I can see William Saliba come back, but not for then. Because it's obvious after these 3 loans, guys, this is the 3rd one now he's going to loan. I mean, what did he do to deserve that? Apart from a stupid video of that naked French player touching himself. But that's nothing to do with football, guys. We're talking about football here. What did he actually do to deserve that? 3 times out on loan. If it was well, he will stay out. That's what this year on loan, guys. Not the season on loan. If it doesn't go well and make it out, lose a job like that, that is the only way, guys, I could see him coming back. I think it's going to better for him. And the settled this comment again, just going to put that up on the square for you guys. We'll do well against the big teams. It's the rest that the problems exist with, i.e. Brighton, Wolves, etc. They arrive at the Emirates believing they can win. Yeah, they do. And they have no fear. And they believe they can win because they actually have a better midfield than us. Let's be honest about it. They are stronger in the midfield than we are. But now we have Ben White from Brighton, so their defence is going to be that bit weaker. So we can exploit that. But no, I hear what you're saying. I mean, they come full of confidence. They come full of beans. They're up for the challenge. And they play with speed. I mean, these teams are fast. Brighton and Wolves are very fast. So we could be in a lot of trouble. Now Wolves, thankfully for them, they have Jimenez back after he fractured his skull, guys. So they're going to be even stronger again. But definitely those teams, they do come to the Emirates and they believe they can win, guys, because they have a midfield. And they set up that midfield. They stifle us and they hit us quick. They hit us with pace, guys. And when we get exposed on the flanks, guys, and they're running into the penalty box, like against Rangers, like against Hibernian, did you see some of their defending against Rangers, guys? They were rampaging forward up the left and the right wings against us, running into the penalty box. And we backed off. Recipe for disaster, guys. Set pieces. These teams, Brighton and Wolves, they thrive on quick breaks, quick free, set piece. That's their speciality. Against the better teams, they practice set pieces morning, noon, day and night, guys, to utilise it. And we are very bad in our set pieces against those two teams. We conceded 4 goals and 3 were from set pieces. And like I said, guys, all those goals were avoidable. Go figure. Thank you once again, Assemble, for a comment. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah? I appreciate it. Going to get back into it, guys. Back on Saliba, guys. I don't see him come back. We're going to move him on. Core losses. Yeah. If he has a good time at Marseille, guys, they're going to sell him for like 20 million. I can see that happening. He's not going to be coming back, guys. I really think it's the beginning of the end here. Yeah, it's the beginning of the end for Saliba. He's not going to be back, guys. Of course, we need to fill these positions, guys. It goes hand in hand. We're letting players go, of course. We need to move out the players to make space for new ones. But we've gone out there. We bought Ben White. It's a done deal, guys. He's coming in. Once he gets back from his holiday, he's going to have the medical done. He'll be signing for Arsenal. Done deal. 50 million. We've had a massive outlay for a defender. I'm happy. Good signing. We've got good players at the club. But priorities, guys. The midfield. Games are won in midfield. Yeah. What is the point in pre-season games, guys, if we're playing the same players that weren't doing the business last season? Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's like that. I just like to say get well soon to one of the Arsenal YouTubers, DT. Get well soon to him. Yeah. Get well soon, DT. Got to play players and players. At the end of pre-season, we haven't sold some of those players. We have to play them. We won't be able to get rid of all of them, guys. Everybody is forgetting Joe Willock. I haven't. I want to keep him. He's a good player. If an attacking field of Willock, Smith-Rowe, and if we get a creative player, I'd be happy with that. Emile Smith-Rowe, Joe Willock, and if we get an attacking mid, they could do things for us. Yeah, you can't trust the crockies at Arsenal, guys. Simple as that. You can't trust them at all. I mean, these signings in the defence and stuff, that's all well and good. But like many people say, games are lost in the field, guys. Our field is sadly lacking. It's really struggling, guys. The Semple has made another comment, guys. Let me have a look at that now. Excuse me. I don't believe the problems are our players only. The coaching staff needs a complete overhaul. But keep these players on. Tells me Cronky don't believe in him. Yeah, maybe so. They don't know much about football, I'd say, to be honest. They might not have much faith in him. But if that's the case, why don't they just, yeah. The coaching staff, yeah, look, I'm not a fan of Mikel Arteta. I'm not going to get into that now, and I'm not going to, rant for 10 minutes because I could get triggered. But definitely the coaching staff. Thanks for a comment again, once again, the assembled, and for tuning in. I appreciate it. The coaching staff, guy, they do need a complete overhaul. But I mean, it's not just Mikel Arteta. I mean, what they do in training, I honestly don't know, because when they go onto the field, they're very sluggish and lackluster at the beginning of games also. And games are won and lost in the first 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, look at England against Italy in the final of the Euros. Okay, they lost, guys, but they got off to a flyer. After 2 minutes, they were 1-0 up. You need to start fast, and Arsenal start very, very, very slow. I'm going to go into another comment there now. Fam Alam 5 Lokonga. He's a good player. I like him. Check out my channel if you haven't. Old School Gunner. Please subscribe. Please like. I appreciate it. Yeah, Lokonga, great player. He's coming to the club. Simple as that. So there you go, guys. That's some good news for us. Thanks for the comment, Fam Alam 5. I appreciate it. Just going to get back in there. Okay, guys. Like I said, I'd like to see him, but hasn't been happening for the midfield, guys. Yeah. Danny Ings would be very good for Arsenal, guys. Why not have a crack off that? It does look like we're trying to move Lacazette out. We could bring Danny Ings in his position. He's a proven big goaler. I would have no problem with that. He has a couple of injuries. Ings. Arsenal Link FC. This name's been banded around, guys, calling Arsenal Link FC. The assembled copy again, guys. I'm just going to put that up on screen for you guys. There we go. I've heard the Crockies have watched Martinez and are not happy with Arteta's decision to sell him. Yeah, he's a good player, and to be honest, I don't understand it myself. I think has a future at the club. And the exact reason for that, why Arteta are doing these things, who knows? I think he has a certain amount of support from him, of course, Arteta. We have to understand that too, guys. But definitely why he's always looking to offload these players. The problem maybe is with him and not the players. Definitely last season we're struggling, guys. Maybe what is not what is best at a few games. Excuse me, guys. But I actually have a lot of time for Burton Leno. But that's a fair point, the assemble. I understand. We'll just take on a bit of water there, guys, and we'll get back into it. I'm over to Venezuela, guys. It's a bit hot for an Irishman. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. It's getting a bit warm here. Just approaching 10:30 in Venezuela, guys. Getting a bit warm. Okay, let me crack back into it. Like I said, central midfield, attack midfield. I've been a lot of stress to owners over the last couple of weeks, guys. I can tell you that. That's all I seem to be hearing. The lack of activity in the transfer market is concerning, guys. It is concerning. A couple of them have said from seeing the 2 preseason games, they're not that confident about it. Our squad is too small, our defense is too small. Like a lot of fans have been saying that to me, guys. The last 2 preseason friendlies we played, guys, the only 2 we played, both of them against Scottish sides. The last 2 went to Hibernian, and the draw that we played against Rangers. Look, the defense is a bit small, and we do get out-jumped for headers. But it's not all about the height of the defenders, it's the ability. And really, when it's like that, you'd have to ask questions, guys. But now we have got some players, like the 2 defenders we have brought in are both 6-footers. Tavares is 6 foot. He's young and he's fit. And of course, main man, Ben White, is also 6 foot, guys. So they can jump, they can head out, they can defend from the headers, you know what I mean? Tavares did it against the Rangers. As I said, guys, it's a bit startling to me. But Ben White is 6 foot. Tavares is 6 foot. I'll move on to that. What's startling, guys, is like I'm looking at the defense. There's no leader there, guys. David Luiz was that guy. They all spoke about his leadership qualities, how great was his dressing room, so on and so forth. Who is that person now, guys? Who is the leader in defense? Okay, let's not forget Gabriel. He's a rock in that defense. He will be a regular next season. But who is the leader in the defense, guys? Who is the organizer? You know, Hector Bellerin. Someone saying, like, guys, I've spoken to Arsenal fans have been talking to me. If we have Thomas Partey, and if we have Basuma in the midfield, 2 African players, what are we going to do if they're away for a month on African nations duty? We're going to miss 2 players there. That's a fair point, but you're buying a player for the long term, guys, not just for 1 month of the season. So you could say that to anyone. Like, what are we going to do next year when the World Cup is being played and we miss a lot of our players in the middle of the season? What are we going to do then? I hear what you're saying to this Arsenal fan that said that to me, but I just think that could be a bit overplayed. We have players that can cover for a month if needed. If we have an all-African midfield and they go away on the African Nations Cup, guys. That's how I feel about it, guys. Yeah. People have been saying to me about Luis Suarez. Yeah. I was speaking to a Rangers fan, said best of luck for the season. Good result yesterday, 2-2. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I'd just like to say, like, of course, the whole thing that's begun with Bukayo Saka, player. Of course, the penalties, he missed the penalty against Italy. He was the only one, guys, but I just want to say fair play, respect to the Glasgow Rangers for that gesture they made with his jersey before that friendly game in Glasgow. It has been the subject of racial abuse on social media, guys. Every single fan out there, football fan, it doesn't need to be an England fan or an Arsenal, just football in general. I absolutely condone any racist behaviour, and I mean, at no level, in no circumstance, should any player be racially abused, guys. This is 2021, but even if it's back in 1990, guys, I'd say the same thing. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Not just because he's an Arsenal player, guys. There were 2 other players as well, and they also got racial abuse. Marcus Rashford, of course, the United forward. Even murals of him in Manchester were completely defaced. This kind of thing, I just can't condone it for a second, guys. And to make matters worse, the guy that was doing most of it, he's like 50 years old, guys. He's older than me, he's older than you, he's older than all of us. And he's not a young 16-year-old, guys, with a bit of testosterone in him, you know what I mean? The guy's 50 years of age, guys. And to be behaving like that, completely unacceptable. And that the police took him in. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. And not for a second would I condone that kind of thing. Absolutely disgraceful. No matter the circumstances, guys. I'm not going to say football is important to the people. It's very important to the people. It's very important to me. But there's a line I won't cross, guys. And the whole racial thing, absolutely disgraceful. The assembled, another comment. We need defenders. The weak link is the keeper. We need a solid, safe keeper who can read the game and keep the defenders calm under pressure. I'm sorry, Leno hasn't got that type of presence. Okay, that's a very interesting comment. I'm actually a fan of Leno's. I think he's a good player, but on occasion, I'd have to agree with you. He does go a little bit AWOL. I think that's fair to say. It does cause problems for the club. Things do get difficult for us. And I agree with you, if the defence is not settled and they don't have faith in the keeper behind, it can lead to all kinds of problems on the field of play. It can lead to a lot of clashes. And to be honest, the bond between the goalie and the defenders has to be on form. It has to be correct. We saw in the Euros against Italy, guys, the Italian goalkeeper and the defenders, it's like they were reading each other's minds. Bonucci, Chiellini, the goalkeeper, Donnarumma, who got player of the tournament, guys. The way they played, they really, really, really were on form, and they knew each other's games inside out. And it was like it was telepathy going on out there, guys. Against Belgium, for example, against England, they put them to the sword, guys, with relative ease. So definitely, I agree with you. Maybe that is something we need to think about. Definitely Ramsdale, this keeper we're after getting. Man, he's going to be an apprentice to Leno. He's not going to be the main man. But the assembled, what goalkeeper would you pick if you had your choice? I mean, who would you see coming in? I'm a huge fan of Kasper Schmeichel, but no way, there's not a chance, guys, that we could get him off Leicester City. There's no way we could purchase Kasper Schmeichel. I'm a great fan of his. I think he's a fantastic keeper. Of course, Donnarumma, Giorgio Donnarumma, Gianluigi Donnarumma. Sorry, Gianluigi Donnarumma is a fantastic goalkeeper also. But I'm a massive fan of that man, Kasper Schmeichel. Maybe we could get him, guys. I don't know. What do you think, assembled? It would be hard, Leicester, to release him, I think. But we need someone like that that can do that for us, guys. That's the kind of player we need. Yeah. Once again, like I said, just Bukayo Saka. It's come out today that there's an other mural that has the name of Sancho, Rashford, and some painted racial abuse on top of it. What these people are thinking of, guys, what they're thinking of, brain dead people, brain dead racists that we need out of society, guys, out of football, out of society. Terrible. Like I said, guys, defaced Jadon Sancho, United player, Marcus Rashford on it, racist abuse written on it. Back to midfield striker things. If you got Maddison, if you got Neves, and a striker, they're trying to get Maddison, guys. I believe that, but we need to move on. Yeah. That's right. Martinez actually went. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like Martinez though. Yeah, we saw him, of course. I liked him though. He was Arsenal true and true. Yeah, it's definitely looked camera in front of him. Jeez, I know we need a new goalkeeper then, but who are we going to get? The assembled. Who are we going to get? Ramsdale is not up to it. You know what I mean? Clean and clear, guys. He's not up to that. Food for thought, guys. Food for thought. Torreira, he's not worked out for us in the midfield, guys. I'm a big fan of his. Arteta doesn't fancy him, sent him on loan. I like Torreira, but it just hasn't worked out. But if we started the season when I take him, no, I like him, but it hasn't worked out. Look, Conga, yeah, we know he's a midfielder. I was saying he's a central mid, attacking mid. Conga's coming in. He's not coming in as a starter. He's coming in and players going to build up gradually. To playing in the first team. If we're selling Granit Xhaka, who is an established international player, an established midfielder, albeit a very bad midfielder, but if we need to bring a player in, then it's going to have to be an established replacement to replace the established player or something else. People say Lukonga's the future. He is the future. It's going to take him a few years to get into it. So Lukonga is not the answer at the moment, guys, but he is one for the future. Definitely a good signing by the club. But we need an established player to come in and replace another established player that is going out. And it has to be that way, guys. Yeah. Let me see. What do you think about that, guys? I think the right back position, if Hector Bellerin moves on, I definitely think Maitland-Niles can step into that position. Definitely he can, but we need maybe need a right back. But I think Maitland-Niles can do the job. Maybe we need to buy one. But the midfield is much more important, guys. Much more important. Maitland-Niles is a much better right back than midfield. At right back, Maitland-Niles is exceptional. He can play right back and left back. I wouldn't be against keeping him against that right back position. See, bringing in Willian, signing Oba, selling of Martinez for 3 hours of judgment that lost Arsenal last season. Yeah, I'd actually have to agree with you there. I like your train of thought. I like the way you're going with this. I would definitely have to agree with that. Willian is a nodding player. Chelsea reject. He only wanted to stay in London because he has friends and a restaurant here. I wouldn't get him at all. He just wanted to stay in London and he's for Arsenal. He's been very bad. He's never done anything for the club. Yeah, resigning Aubameyang, he's got too comfortable. I like your way of thinking. I like the way you think that's actually, you're actually right. I mean, why did we resign Aubameyang? If we moved him on, okay, we needed guys as replacements, but I mean, we could have been looking. At least if we got rid of him, it would have been something because it would keep players on their toes. He's too comfortable now. He's too comfortable in the team, and he knows he's going to be featuring in Mikel Arteta's team. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't give everything, but there's no competition there. If there's competition for places, guys, it's nothing but healthy for the team. Competition for places is a very healthy thing, guys. Yeah, and the selling of Martinez, I agree with you completely. You know your football. I hope you have a YouTube channel. You should start one because you have a bright future. Thanks for the comment again, Lisa, but I appreciate it. Pick up yourself. Yeah, guys, what about Max Lawrence for the midfield? Very expensive. He's been linked to Atletico Madrid. Max Lawrence, guys. If Bellerin goes, we have covered the positions. The midfield needs to be dealt with, guys. The midfield is where it's at, guys. The midfield is worrying. Try Pepe as central mid. No. Lockelly is the must. I don't know. I think Awa has been good. I think he can do a lot for our club. We do need a creative midfielder, guys. Odegaard, if we could get the signing, but maybe someone a little bit stronger than him. I mean, it's not all about physical strength, but maybe someone with a bit more muscle. He has returned to Real Madrid. Like I said, Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, has said that the club actually need to come out and actually half their wage bill. So maybe we can get him at cut price, guys, or even pay a little bit extra. He's a quality player, guys. I was impressed with him. If he builds himself a little bit more physically, that physical strength is a part of the game, guys, and every player needs it. Yeah. Yeah. Arteta and Edu, they have the season, guys. I think they've got the season. I mean, I expect Arteta to just want to do it. I expect our manager, Mikel Arteta, to stay the season. He's got the season. He's going to be there for the season, guys. There's no way he's going to be let go if things get bad. As I think we're very bad at the team. I think we're going to really struggle. And we have no midfield, so I think we're going to really struggle, guys. Unless we bring in some signings right at the end, guys, right on the deadline there. We're playing on August the 13th, guys. August the 13th is the match, and Friday the 13th. That's our first game of the season, guys. Away to Brentford. Unless we can get players in before then. And I expect, like I said, Arteta and Edu just to do their jobs. He's embedded in the team. He's in there. He's in the works, guys. I think it's going to be hard to kind of move him out. I expect him to be there for this season. So anybody thinking that Arteta is going to be moving on this season, I honestly don't think that it's going to be like that. The assemble another comment, guys. I'm going to put it on screen for you to watch. Arteta has a point to prove. I agree with you. He does. Absolutely. As a manager, it's about the team and not personnel. I hope he's learned this. If he hasn't, it could be worse. New players need 3 months minimum to set in. I agree with you. You can't be like, I'll leave that online. I'll leave that up there always for you to read it. But to be honest, you're right. I mean, they can't actually. Players are not going to take to the game like that fast. Not like ducks to water. They definitely need 3 months minimum to settle in. If they don't have that, it could become very tricky, very hard for them. It can always get worse, guys. There's no doubt about that. But I hear what you're saying, the assembled. I agree with you. He does have a point to prove, but he's not got the necessary skills to hit those heights. I mean, he's not going to shut anyone up. He's not going to prove anyone wrong. He's not at the races. It's going to be a real downer for us this season. I can't see anything really positive coming out of it. We're not going to be challenging at any level. And it's the first time in a long time that we don't have European football. So maybe that might count as a blessing, but I mean, I like the European football. You know, I used to like the old Tuesday Wednesday Champions League. That's been a while since then. Now the Thursday nights of the Europa League are gone too. And the team's performance in that Europa League semi-final last season, guys, that was the worst performance I've ever seen by an Arsenal team. And Mikel Arteta was responsible for that. So we'll say no more about it. Right. Thanks for the comment again, Lee Simmel. I appreciate it. Just going to drive on there now with my train of thought what I was thinking about. Yeah, guys, it's like, I mean, the centre mid and the attacking mid problem. Ted's role has now been changed, guys. He's now manager. He organises signings with Edu. There's a lot of faith people are making Arteta to go there and succeed. They're not going to look to sack Arteta unless it goes horribly, horribly wrong. Like I said, now he's manager full. He has a lot of input into signings, which I think is necessary, which is true. But does he have the necessary wherewithal to get us the players we need? It's him and Edu now in the mix. It's a hard one, guys. It's a hard one. I mean, it's a difficult one. Let me just see. There's another comment from the assembly. Let me just put that up on the screen. Yeah, he agrees with me exactly. I worry for an artist guy. He's not got necessary managerial skills in this one to go, guys, and that's honestly true about it. It's going to be a tough season for us, guys. I honestly think we're going to finish outside the top 8. As well, last season we just luckily slipped into 8th position. I honestly think we're going to finish outside of the top 8. I think we could finish 10th. I honestly think that's a real possibility for us. It's going to be a difficult season, guys. We have to prepare ourselves either way. Thanks once again for the comment, December. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, big up yourself. I think if things after the season, one whole season of Arteta, if he doesn't do things this season, if there is improvements, if there hasn't been improvements, if he doesn't get us into the top 4, I don't even think it has the top 4, guys. I'm not too sure about that. I just think that if there isn't improvements, Arteta could get sacked. But they will give him this season. He is going to have a season. Like, he has to show improvement there. I think if he does, I think that's a possibility. So I think when the contract comes, he could start alongside this season. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. If we don't sign anyone else, it's going to be very difficult for us next season, guys. 8 or worse, can't believe it. The Kyle Sancho Rashford world that was faced, guys, absolutely sickening behaviour. I was just looking at some guys. I'm not going to post that crap. I'm not going to post that behaviour. I'm not going to give these people the credit they're looking for to have it online, guys. But the mural that he faced of these 3 guys, absolutely disgraceful. They should be ashamed of themselves. Absolute racist, guys. Racist scumbags. That's all they are. Disgraceful. If we sell, yeah. Yeah, I think we're looking at maybe 100 million to get a good midfield partnership, guys, if we want to get those 2 players. If we can sell Xhaka, Bellerin, Willian, we might get 50 million. And then to buy those players 100 million. So we need to make another 50, cough up 50 after what we've coughed up on Ben White and Tavares. Yeah, okay. This well, he should have gone Mikel Arteta talking about this. He said Mikel Arteta should have gone in the first 7 games. I would do the exact same thing because it's like he's lingering on. But I honestly think he's going to be given a full season. I think that he doesn't make. I don't think that I think if he doesn't even challenge for the top 4 positions in the league, guys, I think that could be for him. He has a point to prove. They are going to be looking at him, but it seems to be like yes, they are giving him support. The management with the signings, but sooner or later, guys, it's going to be the final straw is going to break the camel's back, and the camel is Arteta. So it's going to be tough, guys. I mean, top 7, they give him the first 7 games. Maybe so, guys, but I can honestly see it being harder than that. Even if he gets more than 7 games, if he gets us in a low position even after 2 months, guys, like imagine going up to Christmas time now, we're struggling like we were last season, we're heading towards the relegation zone. Let's not forget, guys, last season at December, we were in 17th place. We were slipping into the relegation zone. Relegation was a real possibility, and I was actually contemplating that we were going to be relegated. So I don't know, guys. It's going to be a very interesting season, but I'm not holding up much hope. Top 4 is well beyond our reach. We can't reach that. I think we're going to finish 10th. I think we're going to finish like around mid-table. That's my belief, because I honestly can't see where the goals are going to come from. I can't see where those chances are going to be created. I just can't see how we're going to actually do that with the team, the way Arteta sets it up. The midfield is shocking. Old school but maybe this is Arsenal we are talking about, how far we have fallen and still falling. I agree with you completely. You're preaching to the converted, my friend. I've known this for a long time myself. I've followed the club since 1993. A hell of a long time, guys. So don't call me the old school gunner for nothing. The way it's been going, guys, it's been nothing but disappointment after disappointed. And also Arsenal fans like myself and Arsenal and Alex, yourself too, I'd imagine, assembled. We're not expecting a team to be winning the league every season, laying out the trophies every season, champions. But we need to see progression and we need to see improvement. And we're not seeing that at all. Nowhere near. The slide, the way we slipped, the regression has been startling. After a while, I think fans get used to it, season in, season out. But it shouldn't be that way, because we're a better club than that. But we need to fight for it. We need to fight for that, for what we believe in. He assembled. I've watched him from 1972. You've got a couple of years on me, my friend. I congratulate you. Yeah, you've got more than 20 years. You know a lot about Austin. You know a lot about football, I can see from your comments. So I respect you for that. Yeah, the Assembled has been watching the Arsenal since 1972, guys. Definitely big up yourself there. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it very much. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I need subscribers like you that actually care about the club and that are lifelong Arsenal fans, that have experience and that know football. You're the kind of subscriber I need, the Assembled. Okay, guys, I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to be wrapping it up maybe in 20 minutes or so we'll see how it goes. Today, we'll see. Yeah, guys. What kind of player do we need, guys? We need an attacking midfielder that scores goals. Someone that can play a defense playing class for Aubameyang, for Pepe. That's not Thomas Partey's game, and we need a player. Guendouzi Partey, Torreira Partey. That's ancient history now. Anyway, guys, got at the club anymore. Last season we had the third best defense in the league. I know that, but we weren't firing in the goal at all, at any level. Third best defense, we still conceded a few. And look at the 2 games in Scotland in their friendlies, but man, those goals, the 4 goals we conceded were avoidable. The 3 from set pieces. Maddison and Vasuma, 100 million for the 2. Maddison 40 million, Vasuma 60 million. I think we could do that, but if we sell the dead, what we have, if we get rid of Xhaka, Bellerin and Willian, take 50 million for them. If we're lucky, we get 50 million for those players. They're not up to much, guys. Get those 2 guys, Maddison for 40 million, Vasuma for 60 million. All we need to do then is come up with 50 million, guys, and we can have those players. Yeah, Maddison is light years beyond Granit Xhaka, guys. He gets the ball, and he's already 10 yards in front of him when he gets it. It's like he accelerates immediately onto it. Vasuma, he drives into the space, guys. I talked about Maddison, but he drives into the space, he draws the defenders one. At the last second, he plays that spin ball, guys. He releases someone else. Vasuma is a great player. Dre has been mentioning him recently. Very good player. Check out his channel, guys. Drawn by Dre. He guests on my channel all the times. I have guested on his possession-based podcast. Check out his channel, guys. Also, check out Arsenal Alex. Check out his channel, guys. I remember speaking to somebody I know who's very familiar and has got very good connections, like to Southampton. At one point, Southampton. So I know someone that's very connected to Southampton, guys. At one point, Southampton were looking to be selling Ward-Prowse. He is a very good player. Ward-Prowse, James Ward-Prowse. His pressing game is perfect. He's the best set piece guy in the Premier League. What about Ward-Prowse? No one ever mentions him. He has Premier League experience. He's fantastic from set pieces. His pressing game is absolutely excellent. I don't know, guys. It's like, there you go. Another comment from me. What do you think about him, James Ward-Prowse? What do you think about him, Midfield? Southampton player, James Ward-Prowse. He has a great pressing game. His dead ball, his delivery, his set pieces are absolutely. He trains. I mean, and Arsenal have averaged an FA Cup or league title every 5 years. So we have 2 titles and an FA Cup in 2006. Okay, maybe it's a big title. I'd like to win the Champions League. Yeah, well, if that's what we're averaging, that's what we're averaging. But yeah, to be honest, that's a big ask for us. But I hope it keeps going like that. I mean, Arteta, he's clinging, he's hanging in there because I don't know. Again, Odegaard, guys, I can't keep you back to him. I like Maddison. Maddison scores a lot of goals more than Odegaard. If there was a possibility, I would take Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid. He would. He scores more goals than Odegaard. But James Ward-Prowse, going to talk about the Tammy Abrahams thing. I mean, we obviously get the Chelsea rejects. Aubameyang played crap for a lot of last season, and he played crap in the Rangers game. Now, for a lot of last season, he wasn't Aubameyang. People saying about getting Tammy Abrahams from Chelsea, I would not accept that player. I don't rate him. But of course, he could replace Lacazette. He's better than him. But the chances, okay, the game against Rangers, guys, the recent match against Rangers, he missed 3 guys a year and a half ago. Aubameyang eating up those chances, guys. He would have followed them up, job done. He's not at it, guys. He's missing sharpness. He's missing that killer instinct. What's been wrong with him? What's been the cause of that? I honestly can't say. But it's costing us big time. And going into the new season, it's not confidence building. There's enough professional players. He fails a lot. He's not there. Can't be confident on. He's not as Lacazette. Lacazette needs to go. He needs to be removed from the club. Him, Shankly, and Bellerin out. Lacazette's being taken his wages and moving up, holding the team for a while with nothing performances. He 1 or 2 goals here or there, and people are singing his praises. I'm not into that kind of thing. Aubameyang is a much more quality player. He has much more potential and talent and ability. Ability, guys. He's much more talent and ability than Lacazette. But he hasn't been at it either, guys. And of course, if anyone was to go, it would be Lacazette. I'm a fan of Martinelli. I like Gabriel Martinelli. I don't know what the assembly thinks of Gabriel Martinelli, but I like him. So let me just move on into that, guys. Is it one of those things about me where they say he just needs one to go in off his backside? He is out of sorts at the moment. He just needs to get a start and he'll take off. The problem with Arsenal is the lack of Champions Leagues. I believe in that because I think that's fair because, like, when you have success at that European level, the Champions League level, of course you get that money for qualifying for the group stage. But of course, other players want to come to a team playing Champions League football. Now we don't have any European football for the first time in, I don't know, 25 years, something like that. But it's been a long time since we have had since we've had Champions League football, guys, since we have actually been a successful team in the Champions League. Our successful team was up to the final in 2006. Very close to winning that year, guys. We would have been the first London club. Of course, Chelsea have had a couple of wins since then, notably last season also. But yeah, definitely the lack of Champions League football. I mean, Manuel Locatelli, who wants to go to Juve, the Italian player, guys, he featured at the Euros. He's a very good player, but he has made it clear that he wants Champions League football. So that is definitely a point, guys. Without the Champions League football, we can't bring in the players we need. And that's not really going to help us, guys, in the long run. I don't know what he said about things about that, but that is not going to help us, guys. I'm going to finish up, guys, in a couple of minutes. I would just like to thank everybody that viewed my stream. I would like to thank the assembled for the support, for all the comments. You know your football, my friend. No doubt about it. Let me just post this other comment from the assembled. It deserves to be posted. It's a good one. Anyone that comments, guys, I'm going to post your comment on the screen and discuss it. So feel free to comment. And the assembled again. The future of Arsenal is their youth team players, but Arsenal are selling them on the quiet. What has happened to the young players Arsenal bought last season? See what I mean? Yeah, the future of any club are the youth players. And like I said, the future of Arsenal are the youth players. Why are we selling them like that? What has happened to the young players Arsenal bought last season? Yeah, it's like they've been left by the wayside. I don't know what goes on with the team selection. I don't know what goes on with the training between the first team and the reserves. But definitely there are a lot of players in the reserves that are good enough to play for the team. I mean, if Hector Bellerin and Granit Xhaka and Willian are playing for our club, guys, any player is good enough because there's many players in the reserves better than those guys. Without a doubt, absolutely. What Arteta sees in them, I honestly don't know. What drugs he's on, or I don't know, maybe he needs to get his bifocals changed. He definitely has some kind of problem, whether it's an eyesight problem or he's not getting properly medicated. Look, I'm not going to get more into that, but why he persists with these players, I mean, Agent Willian from Chelsea, why does he persist in that? That guy, I mean, I'll say no more about it, guys. But yeah, I agree with your point. It's a fair one. Please, everyone, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Just going to leave it at that now. I would like to thank the Assembly for all your comments, for your support. Like I said, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I will also be doing a live stream tomorrow. I have a guest coming on also on my fan cam tomorrow. Daniel Phillips, an American gooner. He's going to be on my channel and we're going to be talking football. So I'll see you then, guys. Take it easy and enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks very much to the Assembled for watching and for your comments. I appreciate it and see you next time. See you later, guys. Have a great day. Wear a mask.